Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day today on this lovely Friday. Today I took a couple trades on NQ. Full disclosure, they were paper trades again as I am studying abroad. It is extremely hard for me to be fully focused at my desk, so the time difference is wacky, but I'll be home in a week to actually begin trading again. But I did take these as if they were real, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so the game plan on NQ was, excuse me, we had, if I just go to a daily chart, sorry for the mess, you can see that we have a daily supply here. The best looking plan that I saw was calls above 16,435. You can see it's acted as clear resistance lately. But what I noticed right before pre-market is that we created this 1 hour demand. If we just look here, not the cleanest, but not the best, not the worst. And this was right when the CPI info came out. I'm not exactly sure what it was. I just knew that it was good. And it created demand. And yeah, it looked like we were extremely strong. So what I wanted to see was us to pull back into here. That was the plan, or one of the plans or scenarios that I wanted to play out. I was looking for us to base out in this daily supply or calls above. The next plan I saw was, all right, let's see if buyers can hold this, the same buyers that created this demand, to hold this demand and bounce to test higher. Or we slice through this demand, and if we do, it's considered weak simply because we had this nice pop, and these buyers were fake, and then we could see this go even lower. And especially if we break this 16,133 key demand, we could see us drop even lower to the 16,000 area. Sorry. All right, so the scenario that I saw play out, I was trying out a 1 minute time frame today. Full, disclosure on that, full honesty. I'm going to be honest. I tried the 1 minute just because I was experimenting with some things, and this is perfect when paper trading. It's okay, but again, 5 minute if you're not consistent or anything. Definitely highly recommend sticking with the 5 minute. But for the sake of learning purposes, I'm going to go over the 1 minute and what I saw. All right, so. This was rather a quick scalp kind of play. Here's what I saw. So we came into this demand, not the volume that I really wanted to see. We kind of just fell off in a cliff. So when this happens, I really like to see a retest, a double bottom, higher low in demand before taking it. And this is kind of what I saw here. So I saw us, break lower, but we kind of still made this little higher low here with some decent volume, some decent, decent buying pressure, not decent volume, but decent buying pressure. And it was a double bottom, higher low, so it looked pretty good. The first target I had was 16,250 at this key level, with the next target being at this 16,310 area, because of this 5 minute supply that I liked. The reason why I liked it was, TOS is very glitchy these days. It always has been. I feel like it always will. Just bear with me. I apologize for this glitchiness. And this 5 minute supply zone, which is my target, which you see it, eventually hit perfectly, but hold your horses just yet. Because it was a huge drop, that's why it was a strong 5 minute supply. Just, would never take puts off of it. I would just look to take profit. Excuse me. So, with that being said, let's just go. Okay, so on the 1 minute, would have scaled one here. Oh dear. Wow, this is very glitchy. So 1 minute here. Oh my goodness. This is wild. Okay, on the 1 minute here, please don't. Okay. 1 minute here, we have us leaving here and immediately took one off here. And then the final target was, of course, 16,310. However, we came back down. My stop loss was below low of day. I could have made it break even. Definitely something that I'm toying with when I do take profit and just bring it back to break even. But again, it was low of day and we did trigger below it. And I was holding on. I was, being patient here. I saw us react very nicely. So I said, okay, hold on. I'm not out just yet. But as soon as I saw us reject with complete selling pressure, I said, all right, as soon as we broke low of day again, I said, that's a huge red flag. However, I was not biased because it was not the highest quality trade. And here's why. This is super, super important. Let's take a look at ES. And when ES and NQ correlate, that provides some of the strongest and highest probability trades possible or out there. It's just, good when multiple or many confirmations line up. The better the trade is likely to work out. a higher probability. Okay, so the next time I stopped out right here, I'll just make this orange just for illustration purposes, and then I immediately re-entered a couple minutes later at 9:59. Now, for those of you wondering, well, why did I re-enter? Well, look at this. We came into this 1 hour demand zone on ES, and we were kind of going out of this, or we were reacting from it. Again, this volume is terrible, but if we look on a 5-minute, we can kind of see it's a little bit better right here. So, excuse me. So you can kind of see that we had, a lot of volume here. Didn't know if it was going to work out or not, but here are the confirmations I had for this plan. Double bottom on NQ. NQ is lagging behind while ES is kind of nearing all-time highs. We had somewhat decent volume. It was a low of day bear trap. So whenever we break low of day and fail to stay below it, it's typically a bullish sign. So when I saw that, I entered here, and the next confirmation I had was ES bouncing off this 1 hour. Yeah, so I took it, looked pretty good on 1 minute, and immediately, again, I took one off at this 16,250 area again, to protect myself. And the final target was 16,310 with a stop of break even. Now I moved my stop to break even simply because if we failed again here, and it just looked really bearish. And you can see that once we failed again over here, we did. All right, so anyway, took one off here, and I just stuck with my plan and never got back to break even here. I almost got stopped out again, or break even here with a small green winner, but price kind of reversed here. Maybe I got a little lucky. I'm not sure. I just stuck to the plan though, and that's what happens when you stick to the plan. You have many confirmations, and I re-entered, and boom! Look what happens. It took off, and contracts moved about 30%. So it was about a 35% winner on on the final contract, which is super good. So a couple things to take away from here is look for re-entries, and this was obviously not the highest probability trade because look, at the time of this, you can see that ES was forming a 5-minute drop-based drop, and that's why we kind of retested. And truly, after selling off, if price wants to move higher, we will retest. We'll get, look for that double bottom. So something that I'm still, needing to work on. But the thing is, this is fine as long as you take, as long as you kind of play with smaller size, you take profits fast, which is exactly what I did here at this 16,250 level. Yeah, so the confirmations, again, just to run it through real quick, for the good winner was low of daybreak, bear trap, double bottom in demand. ES was also in demand. We had decent volume, not the best, but something I wanted to see. It was a low of daybreak on ES, and immediately buyers stepped in. And this was the demand zone that had the catalyst, or that was created because of the catalyst from the CPI numbers or info. So I thought that was a decent trade on my end. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. I'm happy to help. And of course, I'm always open to feedback. If you saw something that I didn't, please let me know. It's super helpful to me. Again, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, and I'm always learning just like everyone else. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.